I wanted to share with you guys these guys, the freezer mates, okay? I know we're all excited about the glass and how exciting it's coming out, but you still can't sell it. So we can sell these right now, and these are a must-have in everybody's kitchen. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so how many guys would love to save time? Save time, right? Save money. Anybody here like to save money? So the freezer mates can help you do that. All right. So is your freezer a frozen mystery box? You know what? Tell me, right in the chat right there. What's the craziest thing you ever found buried in your freezer? Oh my goodness, totally forgot. I know you're gonna think this is crazy, but we have okay, if you guys know my family, Steve eats a lot, okay? And every year we make apple cider and we use this giant mother freezer, okay? It is huge. It's a chest freezer. And we have another smaller one, okay? Well, buried in this chest freezer, I'm talking maybe a couple years. There was a year that there was a turkey. Steve got a turkey from work, and yeah, it was just buried beneath the rumble. Okay. All right. Stuffed peppers from a couple years ago. Yes, Michael. Salmon, fish. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you. Yes, you didn't know what it was because, it's got freezer burn on it now. Like, was it a pie? Was it a cake? All right. All that stuff happens. Okay. Well, your freezer mates will help you from freezer burn. Label them. Okay, you got unlabeled containers in there. I know you've got those UFOs, right? The unidentified freezer object. All right. Food you forgot you had. All right. How many of you guys have this looking kind of a freezer thing going on? All right. Well, Tupperware has a solution for you guys. All right. Oh, before we get to that, do you know the difference between freezer burn and ice crystals? There is a difference. Okay. This top picture, you see how it's spotty. It looks dehydrated. You can tell that it's dried out. That's freezer burn. Okay, you definitely kept it in the freezer a little too long. Okay, discolored patches, grayish brown. Okay, on your food. The ice crystals. Okay, especially on your vegetable, but even on your meats, you're gonna see those ice crystals form. That is just moisture that has frozen. Okay. And sometimes it's actually a protective coating. Okay. And it's okay. If you let this go too far and you went past the freezer date time, then that could start causing the freezer burn. But just the ice crystals alone are fine. Okay. So it's okay. Um, but anyway, so this is what we have. We have these sets on sale right now. And you guys know I'm big on if you want to sell and you want to have commas in your paycheck, you want to sell in sets. Okay. It's great to sell one of these pieces, but the set is better. And right now, Tupperware kicked off this promotion. So I'm going to stop the share for a minute and actually do this here. Okay. So first of all, we have these. All right. This is your hold on a second because I can't see what I'm doing. And I don't know about you guys, but that when you can't. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is the Freezer Mate Plus Essential Set. All right, this is just a beginning set. This is a get you started set. And once you get them started on these, they're going to want more. All right, they're going to want more because I know we call them freezer containers, but you can use them anywhere you want. You can use them in the office for organizing. You can use them in the kids' playrooms with things. You can use them in the bathrooms. You can use them organizing anything. I use them for snacks. Like they're in my refrigerator. They're everywhere. Okay, they are the ultimate containers right here. So this set right here comes with all these pieces. These are your smalls. We've got two shallows, two deeps, and then you have the medium one. And these are the new colors. Okay, this is your medium one. I love every single one of these sizes. All right. And then you're going to move on, and we're going to build on that to the Freezer Mate starter set. Okay, now the starter set, this is the set that we've always had in the catalog. It's going to add two more of those small shallows and one more of the mediums. All right, and this is going to be your starter set. Right? Okay, that's an 8-piece set. All right. And if you notice how quickly I can move these guys, because they're designed to be modular, and we'll get to that in a minute. And then the final set is going to build on top of this and is going to add these guys. I know these might be your favorites, okay, right here. But quite honestly, I'm going to share with you, I love these. I use these all the time, okay? This is what I love to do breakfast, breakfast, freezer meals, or I don't know what I want to call it, whatever. So flash freezing. So we love homemade pancakes from scratch and waffles from scratch. And Steve is the breakfast man. Okay, he's not much of a cook for dinner and that kind of stuff, but he will do breakfast, and it's all from scratch. Okay, and so we'll make triple batches of pancakes and waffles because we don't always have that much time on a Saturday morning, but we want to have that fun, cozy, memorable, Saturday morning breakfast. Okay, so we will take the pancakes, the waffles, we'll flash freeze them. If you don't know what flash freezing is, you're going to take a cookie sheet, whatever, a tray. You're going to single layer, okay, whatever it is you're going to freeze, okay, and you're going to freeze it for about an hour, allowing each individual piece to freeze. And then I can slide down the waffles down the side of here, the pancakes down the side of here. Um, my girlfriend, well, not my girlfriend, she's my cousin, okay, and she makes sourdough bread. She started making sourdough bagels. Oh my goodness, those are in here. Okay. So I just love these, but also for your big batches of chilies and soups and that kind of thing. So that is the super set. It's also on sale right now. So you go check the flyers and you get the sale prices and all that fun stuff. All right. So I'm gonna go back to my slides now. Dum dum dum. Where are they? Screen time. Here we go. Um, and so those are your different sets. So you can see with these sets, um, you will freeze faster. Okay. When you have bags on top of bags on top of bags, there's no air circulating around them, and those bags have to freeze that entire mass. Okay. These little guys have little raised feet. Okay. Raised feet. Okay. Raised whatever. And if you notice, I know you probably can't see it, but this is it's not solid all the way around. So there's air that's going to get around this container, and it's going to freeze just this piece, which is going to be more efficient, okay, in your freezer. Okay. All right. So that's happening. They're airtight. Okay. They're durable and flexible materials. I absolutely love these. Okay. All right, so we have the vent and serves, and yeah, those are great. They go freezer to microwave, all that fun stuff, but they're hard. You gotta wait for it to thaw, and I don't always want to thaw in the microwave, okay? And I don't always think ahead sometimes. But these guys are easy to pop out. This seal is flexible and pliable, all right, on purpose, all right? Do you ever put something that was not freezer safe in the freezer, a plastic container, and you want to take the cover off and it just cracked? Because they cannot withstand those cold temperatures, okay? Then you can twist, 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 all right? You can pop out that maybe you have some tomato puree, okay? Maybe you have some soup stock, all right? You can twist and pop these and get that food out of there rather quickly and pop them in your crystal wave, plop them into your new glass containers or into your Ultra Pro or whatever you're going to cook in, okay? So airtight, flexible material, durable. They have a fill line on them. Okay, very, very important. The fill line so that you do not pop these seals off. Okay, if you overfill this with liquids, especially, it's going to expand. Okay, so we have a fill line, and there's a purposeful pattern. Now you probably can't see in the picture there, but there are little snowflakes. You probably can't see it here, but I can see the snowflakes on there. And I thought it was really funny when I was doing my my fair this last weekend. Um, Everybody's like, "Oh, look how cute! They put snowflakes on there." Yes, they're cute, but did you know they have a purpose? They are little raised, and so it gives you a nice grip. So you can grip onto these, especially when it comes out of the freezer, and sometimes there's little condensation forming. All right, really sleek, glossy materials can slip out of your hands. This gives you a nice grip. Okay, bet you didn't know that because I didn't either. All right. Modular design. If you've got modular mates, you're going to love these because this does the same thing in your freezer. The seals and the bottoms can nest into each other so they don't slide off of each other. Okay. So you can, when I pick this stack up, it moves rather nicely all together because they are modular and they can fit nest with each other. Okay. Um, And they have our stain guard technology. All right. Who's loving that? You know I'm Italian. You know I'm going to put some red in here. Okay. Tomato sauce puree. Okay. If you've got gardens this year and you're canning, and you don't want to use jars and glasses and all that kind of stuff, you can use these and freeze your puree. You can use them for batches of chili and soups and pastas and all that. You're going to be okay. I love blueberries. You can do freeze your blueberries, your strawberries, your jams. You're going to be fine. Wash them up. They're wonderful. They will look just like this, okay? And of course, they're going to be space saving for you. All right. So, savvy solutions, all right, for saving money. Then it's
that. And she said,
oh,
first words out of my mouth.
not sure who's talking, but okay, great. All right, you're gonna organize. You can organize these by sections. Maybe there's a section with fruits. Maybe there's a section for veggies, and there's a section for meats and pastries. Okay. A tip: label either the front or the top, depending on your freezer system. Because I have a new freezer that the freezer's on the bottom, so I have to pull the drawer open. So I need to label my freezer. Uh, on the top here. Okay, so you can find your labels anywhere. Look for freezer labels and you can buy them and label them. Put the date. That's very important too. Okay, because I absolutely love buying blocks of cheese. Mozzarella, cheddar are my two go-tos. Of course, Steve loves his Jarlsberg cheese. Any of those cheeses, we shred them with the Great Master. I freeze that whole block, and out of that block of cheddar cheese that I get from, I get the Tillamook from Costco, I will get four of these containers. These are 4 cups. 4 times 4 is 16. I just made 16 cups of shredded cheese, all right, out of that one block of cheese. You can do the math. I didn't have time. All right. Okay. A bag of shredded cheese or a block of shredded cheese and 16 cups. All right. Now, obviously, I'm not going to eat 4 cups of cheese or 16 cups of cheese, shredded cheese at a time. If you do, you might get a little sick. Okay. So I'm going to freeze them. I'm going to take this, sprinkle a little cornstarch on there, shake, 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 and the cornstarch will keep the cheese from sticking. So if I need a cup of cheese for a recipe, I can pop this open, pull out a cup of cheese, and put it back. Okay, and so you're going to absolutely save money with this. Freezing summer veggies for winter. Okay, corn right now. There's corn all over for where I live. Okay, and so you can take the corn, you can use your mandolin, and you can um, kernel it. What is that word? I don't even know. It's not husk. It's whatever. Taking the kernels off the cob. Okay. Be safe. All right. When you do this. All right. And take those corn kernels and freeze them on the side of here. So when it's December, January, February, and you feel like some fresh corn, you've got it. Did you know the freezer is your pause button? The way it went in the freezer is the way it's going to come out. I wish they had one for me every night. But anyway, all right. So where was I? Of course, again, you can flash blanch them really quickly. You can use our steamer, and then blanch those veggies really quickly and put them in the freezer too. Okay. Again, for winter soups, you can just toss those veggies in the freezer. Okay. Again, flash freeze in single layers. So when I do my blueberries and my strawberries, any of those berries, I will flash freeze them first, so they're not all clumped together when I need a batch for a recipe or something like that. Okay. Turn leftovers into planovers, okay? Guys, I know we have good intentions and we have leftovers, and you put it in your refrigerator, and maybe you have it in a bowl and you can't see through it, and life happens and it gets covered up by other things, and then oh, it's Friday night and we're gonna go to the football game, or we're gonna do this, and the weekend happens, and then it's like 2 or 3 weeks later, and your leftovers now have grown uh, gray hairs, and they're kind of like gross looking, or and you have to throw it away. That's money you just threw in the trash can. You could take that meal, those leftovers. I love these guys right here. I love that. All right, have your chicken, your little bit of potatoes, and your veggies down the side of here. Okay, and freeze it, because if you want it in 2 weeks, great. If you want it in 2 days, great. If you want it in 2 months, you still have that freezer meal, and you're going to be saving money. All right. um did you know that families waste about $1,200 a year on spoiled foods just because life happens? Eek. That's probably lowballing it today. Okay. Bulk buying versus it equals big savings. Okay, guys. Buy your meats when they go on sale. Buy your family packs, even if it's just a small family. I don't. we don't eat a lot now. My kids are out of the house. Steve and I are eating a little differently now. But I still buy family packs of chicken. Again, take it out of that package. You know that tray? And then there's that white liner. And did you know when you're defrosting your meats, that liner can fill up with the juices from the meats and can create a little bacteria? Maybe you froze it like that. All right. So, just a recommendation, take it out of that packaging, portion it out for your family. Maybe you need this one. Maybe you need just this one. Okay. You can get two chicken breasts inside of here, by the way. Okay. Um, and freeze it. And again, flash freeze them so that you can't. Oh my goodness. When we were first married, I bought a 10-pound bag of chicken and totally forgot about it. Put it in the freezer. But didn't forget. I didn't realize I was a newlywed. I didn't really cook a lot. Mom always cooked. So I'm like, oh my goodness, I gotta take this 10-pound bag of chicken breasts out of the freezer. We're not gonna eat 10 pounds of chicken. So learn my lesson, okay? So take those chicken breasts out, flash freeze them, and then throw them down inside of this big one if you want, the smaller ones. That way they're individual pieces, all right? So love, love, love flash freezing if you haven't figured that out by now. All right, guys. So let's see what's next. Let's go on. Um, oh, meal prepping. Meal prepping. All right, literally can save thousands. All right, average food away from home, $95 to $100. Let's just say you go out to lunch every day. Um, Guys, I just took my mommy today out with some friends and my caretaker, and her grandma was in town and it was real fun. We went to this cute little tea place and adorable. Well, did you know it cost us like $40 a person for that little lunch that I came home hungry from, okay? Meal prep. Now it's fun to do that every once in a while, and I wouldn't do that all the time, okay? But some people work and they do this every day, and they're buying lunch every day. Honestly, it's 15, $20 a shot, all right? You can meal prep probably that same meal if you're buying in bulk and you're going on, buying on sale and you're being coupons and all that kind of stuff. You could probably meal prep that same meal for $4, okay? That's like okay, 5 meals away from home, $100, 5 meals meal prepping, $20. That's 80 bucks a week you could save. That's a pair of shoes. I buy good shoes, okay? But anyway, or $4,000 a year. Okay, you decide. All right. Yes, it's going to take some time, but some tips: plan ahead, pick a day. Say Sunday's my day, Monday's my day, Saturday's my day, whatever day. Do your meal planning. Plan your recipes to last you the week. Um, Buy your ingredients in bulk and stock your pantry, even your freezer, with staples. All right. Your pastas, your rices, your quinoa, your grains, your tomato purees, your canned foods, and all that kind of stuff. Be ready for it. Okay. And I just did some really quick. I used AI. Okay, so just so you know, I did not make up these recipes, but here's the thing. There's a protein. There's a vegetable. Okay, so chicken, vegetables, and you can make it Asian. You can make it Hispanic. You can make it Mexican. I mean Italian. Whatever flavors you like. Okay, so you can go from a chicken stir fry. You can do beef and bean chilies. We can move into the Italian, baked ziti pasta, teriyaki salmon bowls, chicken fajitas, and turkey meatballs and marinara. Okay, and you can round it off with some soup and some grilled cheese. Okay, so some tips for meal prepping: pick two proteins, have them on hand. Use your casserole dishes. All right, we got Ultra Pro, we got Micro Pro Grill, we got the pressure cooker, guys. We've got the tools to make meal prepping so easy. All right, and of course, label and date this. And I'm telling you, you're going to be so happy. All right, your freezer is going to be organized. It's going to be more efficient. You're going to find things. You're not going to be wasting food. So it doesn't just help you be organized. It's going to help you save. All right. So buy in bulk, cut down on the takeout, guys, and and then when you want to go out on that fancy dinner, you won't be sad that you've been eating out this whole time. All right. So guys, let's do this. Let's get organized. Let's share this. All right, do a freezer meal prep, go live, whatever you want to do, guys. Show them how you're using these freezer mates, and just let's take this advantage because they can buy this stuff on sale now, but they're going to want more. Okay, so they're going to come back. Let's do it.